We just need to go to shows, god damn it.
It's tearing us apart.
I can't keep watching live stream raves. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, no. No. What's up, everybody? Welcome to EDM Chatters, the news show covering everything that's been happening in our industry this week. From brand new tracks to sensational stories and topics that matter, we're here to fill you in.
I, of course, am one of your hosts, Vincent Beck, producer here at EDM Matters, and with me, as always, is the LA Beard Guy and the host of EDM Matters, Matthew Meadow. And let me tell you, we have a packed show for you guys today, starting off with Ticketmaster planning to check your COVID vaccines to keep shows safe. And what can you tell us about that, Matt?
I can tell you first off that I think it's a really good thing. Obviously, the live events industry has been rocked by COVID. Live Nation, for instance, has, I think the latest figure I saw, they're down like 95% of their revenue. Like they were making upwards of like a couple $1 billion, and they're down to like 95 million. Wow. It's huge. So I think what events companies are trying to do, like any little tiny thing of hope, any little smidgen, little nugget of hope, they're locking onto it.
Yeah.
So Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech recently reported that they had a vaccine that was 90% effective. It's still in the testing stage, but they're hoping to produce 100 million units by the end of this year. So obviously, I think that's going to go to the most susceptible people first, the elderly, the ones with pre-existing conditions, to start to create a herd immunity. But as for the rest of us, I think it's going to be a little bit longer before it rolls out. And in that sense, it might be a little bit longer until we have to worry about this particular initiative going into effect. But basically, Ticketmaster and its Live Nation and its parent company, Live Nation, they're working on methods to confirm vaccination or negative test results before letting people into their shows. You can do this through health pass companies like Clear or IBM. If the tests are negative or if the fan was vaccinated, the health pass company would verify the attendee's status to Ticketmaster, which would then issue the fan credentials needed to access the event. When we talked about this earlier, when I talked with friends earlier, some of them mentioned issues with medical record access, which I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how that would really work at the end of the day. But since Ticketmaster is already putting this initiative out into the ether, it seems I would assume that they've already kind of worked out those kinks. So at that stage, I think it'd be fine. But with the sort of herd immunity, if everyone's tested negative, if people are vaccinated at the show, it would greatly reduce transmission rates down closer to zero. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a researcher, so I can't verify these facts. But at the end of the day, the more people that are vaccinated or test negative, if they're in a large group of people, the better. So I want to get back to shows as soon as possible. I know you miss them too, so
most definitely.
Fuck it. Put that needle in my arm and vaccinate me. Give me a negative test. I don't care. Just get me in front of speakers again. I'm all about it.
Yeah. And the system sounds very complicated. Like when you bring in medical records into the mix.
Yeah.
That sounds like a real shit show. But if we can make shows safer and happen, I am so down for it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And an example of that kind of working in place, at least the negative vaccinations and quarantining, Ultra Taiwan happened this past weekend. And they had a live stream, and I cannot tell you how surreal it was to just watch.
It was crazy, dude.
10,000 people
Yeah.
just vibing. Like it seems
Having fun,
it
dude.
seems foreign now because it's just
Yeah.
been so long since we've seen anything like it.
Yeah.
And let me look at the lineup really quick. What was it? Headlined by Alesso. They had Slander, Vinny Vici,
Mm-hmm.
and Kiesza plus locals Junior, Ray Ray, and Pepe. But I mean, what I wouldn't give to see any of those artists right now, and
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they, it could have been us.
Yeah.
It could have been us. This could have been us. And watching it was really, it filled my soul, but at the same time, it really crushed me because it's
Yeah.
not us, and it could have been if we had just listened and done the thing. If we had just quarantined and not gone out for 4th of July or Memorial Day or Halloween or any of the other holidays that we told you, don't go out, don't be in large groups, don't throw parties.
Yeah.
But you did it.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're still here, and we're gonna be. So thank you, people, for. I mean, I've had a nice time. I'm playing video games and.
I just wanted to say, like, there's a show photographer that I follow on Instagram, and I was looking at his stories, and he shot at that show, and I'm like, wait, is this like a live stream? Is he just like filming it on a computer? He's like, and I'm like, no, he's backstage. He's
Yep.
behind like Slander, and I guess was Nightmare there or no? Was he not
I
part
don't
of
think
the?
I don't think so.
Okay. Um. Anyways, he was on stage
Yeah.
and he was just doing his job, and like there's pyro, and like there was a middle lane. He was in it, and shit was going off, and it looked like a lot of fun. And I'm like,
when
this
the
is allowed.
when the familiar becomes unfamiliar, that's when you know that.
That's brutal to think about, right?
I know
Can
it
like,
really, yeah. But
anyways.
anyways, we're heading into the end of the year. It's November already, which is hard to believe. Like I actually, before we even filmed we film on Saturdays, and I had to remind myself, oh, today's Saturday. This is weird.
Yeah.
Like this week has gone by so fast.
Yeah.
But before we know it, Christmas is going to be here, and already the Christmas music is coming out. And the newest Christmas collaboration to hit the airwaves is Matoma and Michael Bolton.
With a sultry voice, just
with the sultry, the guy from what song did he do with Lonely Island? Was Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow, yeah. He was singing about being pirates and stuff.
Yep. So the guy from Jack Sparrow did a EDM Christmas song. So let that sink in for a little bit. And the craziest thing is it's not bad. I mean, it's not that EDM, honestly, but the Christmas vibes are on point.
They're in there. They're jolly.
They're in there. They're jolly. They're festive. They're ho 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 whatever.
At this point, does November even exist anymore? Like,
November,
once Halloween finishes up, it is Christmas time.
November is propaganda created by fascists and the communists.
The radical left.
The radical left and the radical right came together for this one sole purpose. They said, let there be November. Let there be a buffer. But
sorry.
Let there be a
participate.
It's fine. Let there be a buffer between Halloween and Christmas, please. And that became November. So yeah, you heard it here first. We uncovered the conspiracy theory behind November. Yeah. But yeah, the song is called "It's Christmas Time," so not really that creative, but yeah, it's good. It's all right. It's good.
Yeah, it's a solid track. Go listen to it.
Yeah.
He talks about like the angels. This is the time of the angels or whatever. And
at the end of the day, we still recommend Cascade's Christmas album for all your Christmas EDM needs. Yeah. It is phenomenal. So when you're hanging your stockings and you're stuffing your
stockings,
I was gonna say wife or something, but I mean you can do that any day. So when you're stuffing your wife, listen to Cascade.
This is a PG show. Not really. I don't know.
I don't know. We did it with the PG a while ago. But moving on. Is techno music? Courts in Germany say it is. A new ruling from the German courts has established that yes, techno is indeed music. And this was mostly a move to help nightclubs with taxes. Basically, previously clubs had been paying out a 19% tax, while concert halls enjoyed a reduced rate of just 7%, because I guess they classified clubs in a different category as concert halls. But now, with this ruling, clubs will enjoy the same tax reductions as concert halls. And I think, while it's, sort of a veiled ruling because it's, mostly due for tax reasons, it's still a really cool turning point in history that a nation has officially recognized techno as music. I don't think, in our heart of hearts, that was ever actually necessary. We all knew it was music. But now the German courts say DJs do not simply play. I was going to try and do a German accent, but just whatever. DJs do not simply play sound carriers composed by others, but they perform their own pieces of music using instruments in the broadest sense to create sound sequences with their own character.
I just imagine like a judge with like a big white wig, just like
that's literally what I was going for. That's literally what I was going for. So yeah, it's that at its most basic definition, that is the definition of electronic music. We're using instruments in the broadest sense, and we're creating music with its own character. And we'd love to see that classification extended to dubstep, trap, future bass, whatever. But techno is a great starting point, especially for Germany, which, as we all know, really enjoys its techno. So yeah, that's really cool. Another big piece of news from this week: Tiesto's a dad.
Woo!
Yeah. He married his wife, Annika Bax, a while back, and not long after that, they announced they were pregnant with a baby. A little bit after that, they announced it was going to be a girl. Aw, so sweet. And on November 12th, Viola Marguerite was born to the world, and she just looks like an absolute bundle of joy. Annika is resting, and Tiesto is, doing his fatherly duties. But, it's not a huge news story. There's no other facts or interpretation to be read into it. This is just congratulations, man. Having a first child is always a momentous occasion, and we're really happy for you here at Over at EDM Matters. That's it.
Congrats, Tiesto.
Yeah. There's,
Papa Tiesto.
Papa Tiesto. That... I'd like to pop a Tiesto. Back at the rave. It's a horrible joke. I'm so sorry.
We just need to go to shows, god damn it.
It's tearing us apart.
I can't keep watching live stream raves. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, no. No. Okay.
We're breaking under the pressure.
I'm breaking down, man. I'm in a glass case of emotion. But compared to last week, the music this week has been on another level. We had maybe 1-2 things to talk about last week, but we got some good shit coming out. First up, Vince, I know you want to talk about this first one.
Most definitely, because I love this album. It is the 10th anniversary of Drink the Sea, album by the Glitch Mob that came out in 2011?
Subtract 10 from 2020.
Okay, 2010. I'm just trying, okay, so, yes, I just want to say that I'm bad at math, but yes, it's the 10-year anniversary of Drink the Sea by Glitch Mob. I love this album. It got me through college, actually.
Really?
Yeah, actually.
I feel I should have known that.
Dude, I listened to it so much. Like it got me through the good times, through the bad, through
Aw.
studying and like writing like endless papers that I never want to write again.
Aw. For those of us,
And
for those of you who haven't seen the show before, Vince and I were roommates in
yeah,
college, so that's why I was like, I should have known that. But that's
yeah,
awesome. That's awesome, dude.
yeah. Sorry, my cat's like looking at Discord and like freaking out. And yeah, so it's the 10th anniversary. Came out in 2010.
Yeah.
2020 minus 10. There you go. And that was the Gigi, stop. She's like batting at the audio whenever it comes in. That album propelled them into worldwide fame pretty
Yep.
much. It just launched their careers because I mean I'd say probably one of the more unique electronic acts at the time.
Definitely. And I just thought of checking out when I've seen them for the first time. Let's see here. That would be I didn't see them until 2014 for the first time. Actually, fun story. The Glitch Mob was my first guest list event. The first one that I got like press access for was in
Nice.
2014. Yeah, the Glitch Mob at Club Nokia before it became the Novo in LA. That was a fun show. That was before I had any other access. It was just GA. I was in the crowd. They were just like, "Here, come see our show, you nobody." 7 years later, get flown out to fucking Ibiza.
Yeah.
Times change. But yeah, that was a great show. It was a great album. There's so many memories associated with that, and they're coming out with a anniversary album to mark the occasion. So that's gonna have some new remixes, some different versions of some songs. They already released a remix of their song Monday. It's gonna have the song Black Aura with Theophilus London. If you know that, then you know that's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to there. One other thing came out this week that I'm really excited about is the new Sullivan King remix of Beast and the Harlot by Avenged Sevenfold.
How is that? I haven't checked it out yet.
It's good. I have some thoughts on it, but it is good. But I've been an Avenged Sevenfold fan since I think 7th grade when I listened to A City of Evil for the first time. And somebody correct me if my timing's wrong. But it's one of those rare albums that is perfect front to back. And Sullivan King and I definitely bonded over our love for Avenged Sevenfold when we first started becoming friends and talking. And it's been something that his fans have been asking for years, for a remix of an Avenged Sevenfold song, and he finally felt ready and prepared to remix one. He chose Beast and the Harlot, the opening song on the album, the one that set the tone for the entire listening experience. And he retracked the guitar. He obviously made the wubs, but he left the vocals in place because who can really do those vocals better than M Shadows? But I will say I wish he kept a little bit of the melody from the song in the drop. As it is, it's just a drop that goes hard, which isn't bad. It's great, but I wish there was a little bit more Avenged Sevenfold in it,
Right.
rather than just sort of basing it off the intro and then going into the drop and then bringing back the vocals. I'm not really a huge fan of remixes that do that. So that's why I'm a huge fan of like Must Die's remix of Flux Pavilion's Emotional, which is phenomenal. But that's a topic for another day. The last track I want to talk about is the new Deadmau5 and Kiesza track, Bridged by a Lightwave. And I'm checking really quick to see when the last time Deadmau5 even dropped a track. I don't think it was that long ago. No, you know what? Oh wait, no. Was it that long ago? Oh, here's singles. His last track was Pomegranate, which was like really, really, really early this year. I think around the time of quarantine when it first started. So it's been a little bit, but Bridged by a Lightwave, 9 minutes of bliss. Kiesza, of course, got her start, her big break with Jack U on the song. I believe it was Take You There with Jack U. Yeah, it was. Yeah. And so seeing her, that was that 10 years ago? No, that was 5 years ago. That was 5 years ago. Yeah. So 5 years ago, starting out, Jack U, Diplo, and Skrillex. 5 years later, teaming up again with Dead Mouse. It's a hell of an arc for an artist, especially someone like Kiesza, who's been instrumental in so many tracks in EDM. And this track, it's Dead Mouse. It's strobe era Dead Mouse. It's just bliss. It's just meaty analog synths, just
Ooh.
rich synths, and it's like a French onion soup. But yeah, it's a phenomenal track, and it's I think only his second of the year. So yeah, definitely cherish it. If you don't want to listen to the whole thing, there's like a 2-minute radio edit, 2 minutes 53 seconds. So I mean, Dead Mouse has made longer songs. So yeah, you can check out all those tracks and more on the EDM Matters Spotify Weekly Picks playlist. But that does it for EDM Chatters. I hope you enjoyed our ramblings and maybe learned a thing or two. Don't forget to like and comment on this video and subscribe to our channel if you want more exciting EDM content from us. We will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you guys.